That's what a man will tell himself, tell his wife, and they'll tell their children. But if you're tough enough, smart enough, and mean enough, all this will be there someday.
A story of America too big for one film. In fact, for now, it's two, soon to be four. Academy Award-winning visionary filmmaker, director, and actor Kevin Costner explores the lure of the Old West, how it was won and lost as the Civil War divides the country, and Horizon, an American Saga. He's here to take us behind the scenes of Chapter 1 of his passion project. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
So glad to have you here this morning. You have been working on this project for 30 years. Not a lot of people can say that about a project. You wrote it, you directed it, you starred in it, you even financed it yourself. So you continue to fall in love with this story over time. So where did the inspiration, the original inspiration, come from to do Horizon?
Well, it was an idea I had in 1988 and had a friend write it, and it was a really, really good movie, but for some reason the town wasn't going to make it, and I was kind of perplexed by that, and I was trying to figure out, well, what do I do about that if they don't want to make this movie? And I thought, well, maybe I'll make 4 more. So write 4 more. So with John Baird, it's really important to mention his name, John Baird. We looked at that first movie, and instead of the idea of a lot of Westerns where we end up in a town, what about the idea that we debunk the idea about how towns even came to be in America? There was a moment where there was no one here.
Everyone was a nomad.
And then the people moving across the country started sticking stakes in the ground, which interrupted the lives of people who had been here for thousands of years. And so really I wanted to kind of start at the beginning, and what happened was 4 movies later, it happened. So again, no one was going to even make that one, so I had to kind of look to myself to finance it.
You're, I feel like, known for your country characters. It's always some type of Western. So what about American West just keeps drawing you in?
Well, I make baseball movies. I make political thrillers.
True.
I do make some rascal movies or romantic comedies. So I bounce around, but I come back to the West because I think the space of which, when America started to expand, there was this promise. And it was, if you were tough enough, if you were mean enough, you could take and hold on to what you had. And that was a promise to one group of people, and to another group, their life was completely destroyed by that. But there is that drama in America, and I just try to get under the skin of the people and the humanity of the ones that came out, the ones that were already there, the kind of resourcefulness it took to even get there. So that's the part I hope people fall in love with. And somehow in writing it, the women became very important in all the episodes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your character. Tell me a little bit more about the detail that went into him.
Well, he's illiterate. He can't write, he can't read. He's not a person that wants to be the boss. He would rather be a working person. But there's something about his character that people want to move him into a foreman spot, into a leadership role. And every time that happens to him, there seems to be trouble. And so he is a person that actually isn't headed to Horizon. He's just a tumbleweed.
He passed right through it, actually.
Yeah, but what happens is all these other storylines are going there. He just happens to be drawn into it not out of his own volition.
Early in the movie, we got to see your actual son in real life, Hayes, who's actually named after the character. I'm assuming the character came first and your son came second.
That's right.
15 years old, he's in the movie. He makes his first film debut. Do you think he's caught the acting bug?
I don't know about that. He's a little athlete. He's great. He was 13 when he did it. Now he shot up about another 6 inches. So he loves his sports. He loves being home and all his activities. He's not somebody that's so dying to be on screen. But he's one of those little guys that you kind of wonder what's going on in the back of his head.
Yeah.
Because life's going to change for him a little bit when this movie comes out. And we'll see what he wants to do with that.
Where it goes from there. I feel like
right.
Your kids, do they watch your movies at home?
No, not really.
They kind of have their own thing going on, yeah?
They totally do. I mean, I'm like a Uber
They're like,
driver.
my dad's Kevin Costner, whatever.
Uber driver.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. You kind of get them from here to there.
Chapter 2, it hits theaters August 16th. Have you already started shooting the 3rd installment?
I am. I was shooting 3 days ago, and I got on a plane and started talking about 1. I mean, this is just the beginning. And I kind of, I wish somebody would have made a movie like this for me. So it speaks to the things that interest me, and it's language, and it's interesting enough, it's women who they were in the West as well, and their stories are absolutely vital, and for some reason they end up dominating in Horizon. We get to the gunfights, we get to the stuff. You sometimes can't even take a breath when it's happening.
Yeah.
But then there's these other scenes that don't normally find themselves in a Western, where a woman who's just yearning to just take a bath, to be clean, and it just was not to be had. The West was rough, it was tough.
My goodness, an 11-minute ovation, you guys, in Cannes. What does that feel like? Take us back to that moment. Your kids are there, you're getting emotional. Tell me about that moment.
I did see my children, and the camera was really close, and you can see I didn't really have a thought about what I should say, but to be there with them. And what I did was I actually shut out the noise for a second, and I went back and I walked in my life from the beginning. I started thinking about not only the journey of Horizon, but my own journey. And finally, I realized they were still clapping, and I finally said to the person, I said, we have to stop this. And then he handed me my mic, and I wasn't really prepared to say anything, so I think I babbled my way through that moment. But I will never forget it, what that film festival did for me, what it did for my children. To see me that way. I think my son said I had not seen my dad like that.
Yes, what a true blessing it is indeed. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm going to let you go because, guys, in just a few hours, he's actually going to be receiving the key to the city of Irving, so we don't want to let you miss that, right?
Right.
Did that come as a shock?
Well, I'm just interested in what I can get with that key.
It unlocks something. I don't know. I don't know what,
I know.
but
I'm
something.
interested in it paying for something.
Maybe that too.
Yeah, I had dinner last night. Maybe that key I can go back.
There you go. You can trade it. Get your money back.
Let's see what it's worth.
Let's see what it's worth. You come back and tell us, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you, Kevin. Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1, directed by and starring Kevin Costner, arrives in movie theaters June 28th. The second installment opens on August 16th. For more information, go to horizonamericansaga.com.